Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and this is Sonali from It Starts at Home. And today I'm going to share with you a quick tip of how to organize Montessori activities or any kinds of activities for your child at home without creating a fuss, without looking for different options, without buying expensive home study material. So the first step that you have to do is you have to take a pen and a paper, or a pencil or a paper or a notepad, and try and take a notepad in the beginning, which is like a little empty, where you can scribble and you can write a lot of things as soon as the idea comes to your head. So on the paper, as you can see one side, divide the sheet into two parts, and on one side of the part just write, on the top write your child's name, age, and if the class that he or she is in, and then write all the strengths of the child. And in the strength, it can also be catching a ball, eating food by himself, or putting up Lego pieces together, or helping you in the kitchen, or like putting the dishes in the dishwasher or in the kitchen. Of course, writing, reading, whatever academic goals, you can write all that. If they're good in singing or dancing or any kind of curricular activities or painting, just put all the strengths together. And then on the other side, try and put all the weak points, like wherein they need, you think that they have to work on a little. Once that is done, you compare, okay, and now set the milestones for the next 1 month or 2 months. So now what you do is, when you're planning the activity, you have to see that you have to work on those steps. Along with that, the strengths also needs to be worked in continuously. So you are going to give 60% of the time on the things that needs to be worked on, and 40% still on the strength, so that you keep on revising them, and it remains their strength. So now what you will do, for the first month, if you have set the target that he or she is going to learn A, B, C, like three alphabets in terms of sound and writing, okay, or just sound, then you are going to prepare all the activities around A, B, C, okay, and then you have, so that is for language. Then you have for maths, numbers, and if you have another language like Hindi, Spanish, French, Sanskrit, depending on which country you stay in, what are the other milestones that you see. And if there's another milestone which is like catching a ball, you can add that. And now the most important thing for a parent to do is, like, parents, mother or a father together, you have to decide amongst yourselves that who is going to give 20 minutes on a daily basis with your child. 20 minutes, I mean, it in the beginning you have to do it at least for 2 months, or at least for 1 month. You have to continuously sit down. You can of course like do it from 10 minutes to 20 minutes. If you can do more, that's great, but minimum is 20 minutes. That's when the kid starts to listen to you. So 20 minutes is not a figure that I have derived. 20 minutes is a figure that was given to me by Grolier in my first presentation, and which I clearly remember, and it's there in my head since the day one. So once you have the strength and the weakness, then you have the 20 minutes. Now is the time to put all the things together and you sit down. So if your child is not in a routine of doing it together every day, try and sit down for 10 minutes. Now don't start the first 10 minutes with a book or a writing. No. Start with a game. Something that your child really enjoys doing it with you, something that is going to get his interest to you, something that he's going to really enjoy. He's going to laugh about it for the rest of the day. So once you start off with that game, try and adapt some activities around that game. So if you're doing snakes and ladders, okay, then you can read the numbers through it. You can do skip counting through it. You can hide numbers in between, before or after, and you can do that as soon as that game is finished, okay. And when you're throwing the dice, the child can start reading the numbers the way the dots are. So there are many things that you can derive from an activity or from a game that you're playing in the house. If your child likes to throw the ball, let them throw the ball, okay, and try and make an activity wherein it involves maybe set a milestone that after you cross this, you get 2 points. After you cross this while throwing, you get 4 points. And so that's part one of the activity. Now goes the serious part, of course, where you're trying to tell the child that he needs to read or write or any kind of improvement when it's about something to work on the weakness and plus the strength. So you will derive that thing as the small milestones. Milestones is not something that I can set. That is something that you have to set for your child. Of course, you know, a 2 to 3 year old child, what are the milestones? 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6. once you set the milestone, they have to be realistic. You cannot set milestones of seeing some other child. Like, I'll give you a very small example. You might be thinking that Vivan is learning squares or tables or whatever, but let me tell you, we have a different milestone that we have still not achieved, and I'm going to talk about it in my next video, which is going to be the QA video. And there I will tell you that there are a lot of milestones that we have not achieved, and we are really working on that. And it's not something that I hide. No, I don't, because my son is growing. It's fine. He might be good in one thing, he might not be good in another thing, and it's human to compare. But it's really not very healthy to compare, because you might tell your child to be better in something wherein he's already good at another thing, and you're not valuing that. So value where your child is good at, try and strengthen it, and also at the same time work on something that he's not good, so that you get both the things. If not at least parallel, a little below should be okay, but a parallel will be great. So once the milestones are set, this is done. You have to take responsibility between you and your partner, who is going to sit and give 20 minutes regularly. It is possible that sometimes you don't have 20 minutes, sometimes you're not sitting at the same time. That's okay, but try and give at least 15 minutes daily with your child, wherein you ask them what's happening in the school, take out the books that they have done, the homework, and you can revise the homework. You can always read the chapter which they're going to do tomorrow, so that they have that in mind already. It's never too late to start. So if you think, oh my god, the 5 chapters they've already in the school, they've already gone ahead in the school, we will not be able to do it. No, there is always a good day. You always have a weekend where you can stretch and you can do things. Now, don't try and stretch from the first weekend only. You have to go slow. You have to take support of the teachers, of the family members in the house, and that's when you get all the things together. So that's it, guys. I think the most important thing is that you write the weakness and the strength on a paper. Try and set the milestones for your child without comparison to other children. Between you and your partner, get 20 minutes out and try and sit down with your children and try and do those activities. How would you plan the activities? What would you do is something that you have to decide. Of course, there are many platforms where you have free printables, you have all the activities that you can make by hand, but that is something that you have to decide what suits your child. You have to look at their interest. If they like printable white sheets, like my son doesn't like printable white sheets. That's like one big reason I don't do printables, because he's not fond of the printable white sheets wherein he has to like do all that number thing. No, he doesn't like it. He likes the stickers, he likes things which are very bright, and the hand activities, and maybe that's why it works pretty well for us. So that's it, guys. If you have any kind of questions, do let me know. And also, my next video is going to be a QA session. So if you have any kind of questions or anything you want to know about me or Vivan or a schedule or how we do things, do let me know. Please leave a comment. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, please do subscribe. And I welcome all my new subscribers too. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.